Hello, this is part 2 of how I made these glasses in Blender 4.0. I'll start off by renaming this to handles and this to floor. Then adjust the position of the plane. Repeat the same with the handles, rotate them so their ends line up with the plane. Hover over to the render tab. On sampling, change the viewport value to 128. Enable ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space refractions. Click on the drop-down menu and enable refraction. Go over to viewport shading. Click on the floor. Click on the materials tab. Add a material and name it floor. Give the floor a lavender hue. Increase metallic to 1. Slightly increase the roughness. Click on the frame, give it a pastel blue hue. Increase metallic to 1 and decrease the roughness. Click on the handle, shift click on the frame, Ctrl plus L, link materials to apply the same material to both objects. Select the lenses. Decrease the roughness to 0. Set the transmission to 1. Scroll down to settings, enable backface culling, set the blend mode to alpha hashed, enable screen space refractions, and set the refraction depth to 0.01 meters. In the viewport shading drop-down menu, enable scene world and scene lights. Click on the plane, S to scale it up. Add a light to the scenes, Shift A, light, area light, GZ to move it up, S to scale it. I'm going to add a new workspace. Hover over to the plus sign, click on General, Layout. Hover the mouse to the edge of the viewport and drag the screen to the left. Click on the drop-down menu and select 3D viewport. Hover the mouse to the other edge of the screen, drag, and from the drop-down menu select Properties. For the left viewport, press 0 on your numpad to set to camera view. Scroll and disable Show Overlays. Enable viewport shading and make sure to disable Scene Lights and Scene World. Now we can use the right 3D viewport to work and see our results on the final image real time on the left. You can press T to hide the transform menu. Click on the area light and adjust the position. Scroll over to object data and increase the brightness of the light. Add a new collection, name it Lights. Drag the area light into the new collection and rename the light. Add another area light slightly to the back of the frames. The floor looks too pink, so I will slightly change the hue to make it look more purple. Adjust the position of the new area light and rename it. Add a blue spotlight to the scene. Move up the spotlight and rotate it slightly so that it's falling onto the frames. Give it a very high value of 5000 watts. Set the radius to 0.003 and increase the blend to 100% to soften the edges. Adjust the position of the light, and rename it. Add another faint orange area light to the scene and position it so that it falls onto one side of the glasses. Add another green area light to add a green tone to the scene. Position this above the frames. Scale it up and increase the brightness. Add an orange spotlight to the scene to introduce some warm colors. Add another yellow spotlight and position it behind the frames. The blue in the scene is too intense, so adjust the positioning and the brightness. In the object properties of the light, enable Show Cone to show how the light is interacting. Come back to the original layout workspace. Click on Camera, enable Depth of Field. Click on the eyedropper, select the frames, set the f-stop value to 0.5. Now we can move on to Lightlink. Come back over to the Render tab. Change the render engine to cycles. Change the device to GPU compute. Select the handles, shift select the lenses, then shift select the frame, Ctrl P to set parent to object. Repeat the same with the empty. Now you can move your glasses without it breaking. Drag the floor and camera outside of the collections. Go over to one of the colored lights. In the object data properties, scroll down to shading, light linking, and select the collection with the glasses in it. If you go to the rendered view, you will see that that light is no longer interacting with the floor and only with the glasses. Repeat the same with the other colored lights. Go over to the rendered view. Since the back of the scene looks dim, increase the values of the ambient light so the scene is brighter, and position them again as needed. We can add a metallic sphere to the sides of our frame to make the scene look nicer. Once you position it, add a mirror modifier, select the empty as the mirror object and set the axis to Y instead of X. Give it a new material and set the metallic value to 1, set the roughness to 0. Take the rendered view and drag the sphere into the collection with the rest of the glasses. Go to the Render tab, change the noise threshold under Render to 0.1. Decrease the max samples to 256. Click on Output Properties, scroll down to Output, select PNG file format, change the output location of the file. If you have any hidden objects, make sure to disable the camera icon as well to hide it in the render. Add in any final touches. Click on the lenses and change the IOR value of the lenses to about 10. And that is our final result. Hover over to Render and Render Image. Once the image is rendered, hover to Image, Save As. Rename your image file and save image. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.